everybody. Today is our Thursday morning virtual chat, and we have members of the community here, and we're going to discuss business solutions, things that go on, balancing our businesses with our home life, just the whole struggle of just entrepreneurship, and just some different ideas on how to solve those common business problems that we all will encounter on our journey and our adventure in entrepreneurship. Of course, if you like our show here this morning or like our conversations, hit hashtag replay in the comments and let us know you watched, and make an aha moment that maybe gave you some pause or gave you some ideas. We'd love to know that we shared something that was of value. So right this minute, we're going to proceed, and I'm going to we have a new person in our conversations that's new with us to join us this morning. I'm going to let him introduce himself and let you tell him, he's going to tell you where he's from and what he does. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I am Brian Keith South. I'm the author of Demystifying College Admission, Learn Key Strategies and Develop the Right Mindset to Get in the College of Your Choice. I've been in the field of education for nearly 20 years, and I've guided, mentored, and advocated for students step by step through the beginning until they reach their educational goals. I've worked with families. I've helped them get into college and apply for college. I've helped them get scholarships. I have worked with them in bringing their projects to life, and I've coached and supported them in developing the right mindset so that they can achieve their goals.
Okay, where are you located, Brian?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
All right, it's early there this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Miss Maria, we can't see you, but you're up next.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I live in Corsicana, Texas, and I am a color street stylist and in the middle of an estate sale. And yes, it's hot. That's why we wear our outside attire. And I just got home from Walmart because I lost my favorite bottle. You know, when you've got something that's favorite and you just are angry at yourself. Walmart wasn't answering the phone. Here, I left it at the bank. So I'm having a wonderful day. And how about y'all?
Oh, we're doing good. We have a new member, Mr. Brian here, and he's an author and wrote a book and helps people with working on getting into college and demystifying those, getting into the places that you want to go in life. So,
wow, I got in on the tail end of him.
That's it. So he was asking a little bit about how I got into what I'm doing, and I gave him a little bit of my story of most of the people know about my daughter being born with spina bifida and being thrown into this entrepreneurship lane because we had bills to pay and insurance to pay, because back 40 some years ago when she was born, pre-existing conditions was a horrifying reality that we could not let her insurance ever slip. So that being said, that's how I started trying to find ways to make money. So now I'm trying to help all of our entrepreneurs out there to help encourage them to stay on the path. I did want to mention that this Sunday, I do promote, because I fell in love with Forbes Riley, and her Pitch Secrets Masterclass was phenomenal in helping me understand the psychology of pitch. We all pitch every day. We pitch different things for even just asking our kids or our spouse to do something in the house. is a pitch because you want them to say yes. So a pitch is really just a one-sided conversation for getting somebody to the reasons why somebody should say yes. And I encourage any of you out there, if you don't have the link, please comment or DM me. I would be glad to give you the link for attending. I do have an event that you can click on and get the link to register. It's only $19. And it is the best 2 hours you will ever spend. It is limited seating because she actually talks to each one of you. Brian, you will be so amazed because you are different than a lot of people who show up in the class who want to sell something. You're actually wanting to help people understand about colleges and the whole process of careers. And she will be fascinated with finding the words to help you understand what you need to do to get that yes from somebody. For do you have a program now that you offer besides your book that you walk people through? Do they actually pay you to help them with that, like counseling?
Yes, people have paid me for my services, and my goal is to be able to tailor the program in a way that is more effective and that will generate more income and at the same time enable me to reach more people.
Awesome. You will find a lot of information because she teaches what pitch is and the importance of it. And when you learn to talk to people and say things in the right way, you can have anything you want. You absolutely can have anything you want. So I have been thrilled with upping my game in being able to explain to people, better ways of what I offer and the importance of it. It's not about pitching everybody the same way because not everybody's in the same boat. Your services don't hit them at the same place for each person, right? Some people
Correct.
are wanting to change careers. Some people might be coming out of high school or even going into high school. I paid a service to help me with my daughter to get her positioned right and to go to college. The paperwork because paperwork is paperwork with the government. It's just, anyway, they did the paperwork for all of the requesting of different things. And it's a whole process, but she went to college. My daughter, for anybody who doesn't know, my youngest daughter, who is ADHD like her mom, she got her master's and she is in cybersecurity. And for all of you people who shop at Target, my daughter's the one helping protect your information at Target because she's gone through the government jobs and she now does the cybersecurity, because if anybody doesn't know, Target was one of the first companies that was hacked for their data, for their credit cards and their customer information. And they went through the ringer. And as my daughter would say, they have one of the most top-notch IT and security departments now. She feels honored to be working there and growing in her skills, because with cyber and stuff, it's not ever you're at the top and you're done. It's always you're always learning, you're always growing, and you're always expanding what you offer in your jobs to people. So that is, I feel really good that I employed somebody with like what you do to help my daughter get to where she could get into college and help me with the paperwork to get that submitted and going. Because it is really important. I wanted girls that were self-sufficient. I told my girls, I said, don't you depend on a man. I said, in this day and age, men kick you to the curb faster than throwing snot. So you need to make sure that you are financially stable within what you are doing to take care of yourself. So she definitely is. She makes the money in the family. So Miss Maria, you got anything you want to talk about today?
I had to unmute. So much going on over here.
Right.
Not that I can think of other than this Sunday. I'm going to take time to listen to Forbes Riley. I started to hear her testimony last evening, not realizing it was 55 minutes long. So I couldn't devote that 55 minutes. So I will pick that up as I can. And I didn't realize that when you clicked on the blue letters that you could go ahead and get what she's offering. So I will go ahead and take care of that this weekend, just to let you know.
Okay, so you're
And the
gonna
other
register.
thing,
You're gonna register for the class for Sunday?
I am.
Awesome. Well, I will see you there, because one of the perks of having taken the class is that I get to go back and sit and audit it. So I go back and I hear so many nuggets and so many neat things every time I re-listen to her Pitch Secrets Masterclass. So it's one of those things that once you invest, you can come back on any Sunday and listen and be a part of the community again. But she only allows so many new people every time.
The thing I've had is not only this estate sale, but I've had people fixing my house. Somebody finally come and put the rim, the new rim on the tractor. So now I'm with tractor again. It's just a lot happening. I barely have time to post in my business. And I did that just pulling in my driveway. I mean, I knew I couldn't hit anything, but yeah, kind of pumped up from this weekend. We had a conference, and that was very encouraging. And their company is bringing into light a lot of the things that you have had shared over the last 6-7 months. So I'm happy to see that. They brought in a special guest speaker, but I was not able to hear her because it was the Vimeo or whatever it was that they used as a third party to go ahead and present this virtually, because I couldn't go in person. Was just real iffy. You had it, then you didn't have it, you had it, and then you couldn't buffer it and go back. But I did ask for it to be sent in an email, and they did go ahead and send it. So that was great.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta request the replays and stuff. It's just like today, my computer told me that my internet's not stable. So, you can't control those things. There's so many people using the internet now, and they've said that, some of the areas just don't have the stability to handle all of the what's the word, Brian? You know the word, all the traffic that is on the internet. It can't handle sometimes the masses of streaming and requests and all the stuff. So in this day and age, it's you have to deal with those issues, unfortunately. But I'm glad you're here, Maria, and I'm glad that I think life brings things back around to us to keep reminding us of the journey of growing. I'm part of doing Peter Sage's Ultimate Self-Mastery. Have you ever heard of Peter Sage, Brian?
Yes.
I love this program. I'm about 6 months into it, and it's a training every week. But he was talking about that there's 4 levels of life, or 4 levels, or anyway, it comes from the Hawkins book, Force versus something. I'm terrible about remembering specifics sometimes.
Wow, versus power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Force versus, yeah.
It comes from that book, but it's the levels of living. And he talks about that when people are in a place of where importance, where what's the word, significance is important, which is one of mine. Growing up, I was very, I won't say neglected, but I didn't get a lot of attention and a lot of personal stuff. And so having somebody recognize or feeling significant has been a major thing in my life. And what he talks about is that when you live with being that you need to be significant, then you dismiss other things. He said, when you look at being growth and contribution as your goals in life, he said, you will find that in nature, if an animal, a plant, if it's not growing, then it is going to be devoured. It is going to fall down. It's going to be becoming part of the ecosystem of things recycling, because in this world, you either grow and contribute or you perish. So understanding and seeing where I won't say my problem, my dwelling on being significant in my life is now I'm working at saying I'm already significant. I'm already a magnificent human being, and I don't need to prove to anybody anything. I don't need them to recognize anything. I'm just fine as who I am. He said, if you can conquer nobody liking you, he said, you will have won the game. He said, because most people cannot stand the thought of not being liked. He said, and being liked is an opinion. It has nothing to do with you. It is their opinion of what they think your value is. It really has nothing to do. What you think of yourself is what is important in and striving for growth and contribution in this world is what creates the life that we want. Did you read the book by Hawkins, Force versus, what did you say it was, Power?
It's Power versus Force, actually. Yes, I read it.
I have to read that. I haven't read that one, but he talks about it. I said, I'm going to have to put it on I'm hoping it's in Audible, because I do a lot while I'm riding around in the car.
Yeah. There's Audible and there's the Kindle version of it. So yeah.
Right. But at this point, taking time to actually read is not I have a really extensive Audible library. And for anybody that it knows, I've talked about my YouTube channel. I am working on building a YouTube channel. When I started the Facebook group, I wanted it to be about books that people may not know about, that can help them grow and expand who they are. And it didn't work to be that way. So now I've taken the direction of the group, and and just giving them things and talking about things in leadership. But in my YouTube channel, I now have several books, audio kind of books, that now people can see on YouTube to do the same thing. So I just added, I think it was added to either today or yesterday, Wayne Dwyer's book, How to Manifest Anything. I'm a big proponent of, our thinking and growing and manifesting.
Yeah.
So,
He wrote one on the power of intention, he put a lot of intentionality just in getting established when he wrote Your Erroneous Zone. So it was
Wayne Dwyer?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look for those. So far, the only one that I found that I could get right now was How to Manifest Anything. But I'm trying to find some of the old favorites, because on YouTube I can't quite find some of the new stuff. Because you have to pay royalties and all of that. So I'm trying to find stuff that I can, because there's really nothing new being discussed. It's just science. What the new people talk about is how science has proved what the old people said all along, right? And that to me, John Osprath, Are you familiar with John?
Yes, very familiar. I've been in his programs. I've listened to him often and read
I
his
love
book, Inner Size. He's Inner Size. Yeah.
I love John Osprath, but he talks about the science to the things that Dr. Joseph Murphy wrote. I loved the book by Dr. Joseph Murphy on the power of the subconscious, which I have on my YouTube. I have that on my YouTube channel so that people can listen to it. I have the Silva method on my YouTube channel because these things to me are how people grow and learn. And as much as people use YouTube to find funny cat videos and funny stuff, I love watching them, and good for them that they can put that together. I do enjoy them from time to time, but I'm really more about growing and becoming and creating the life that I want. So
Yeah.
I encourage
Absolutely.
anybody to go to my YouTube channel. If you need to know it, it is in my bio on Facebook. But if
Okay.
you DM me and I'll be glad to. I mean, it sounds like, Brian, that you've read and on the already done all of the things that we're kind of on the same path in the kind of books that we read and enjoy.
Yeah. There's one I could suggest to add to your Audible that I think is a phenomenal one. It's James Cleary, Atomic Habits.
I have read that one. I've got that one in my library. Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do. I've done his book, and it was phenomenal. Atomic
Yeah,
Habits.
it is.
It was really, really, really good. And if I can get a version that I can put on my YouTube, I will. It's just a newer book, and so it's finding the versions that I can use. Because most of YouTube, for people who don't know, you will find the same video or the same information repeated on all kinds of different channels because it's called what they call Creative Commons. And so people it's legal, the legal way to recopy material. And so until I could sit there and physically read the book for you, I could create that. I could do that. And maybe one day I'll get into physically reading books for people. But for right now, if I can find one that's been done in Creative Commons that I can add to my channel, because I want to make my channel about people finding the secrets to happiness. And happiness isn't always making all the money you want. I know that people say, well, if I had money, I'd be happy. Well, there's a lot of unhappy rich people, right? Okay.
Yes.
It's finding the balance with that. It's finding the way that you're happy, and that wealth and abundance comes as a byproduct of being happy. And I'd rather be happy all day long, but taking care of my mom and having the money to pay all the bills and to take care of all the things for her is important. So I'm not going to sit here and say we're not any of us about money, but I am saying being happy and having a joy every day is the bigger goal in all of this.
Yeah. So, well, one of the things that James Cleary talks about, kind of in line with what you're just saying, Karen, is that when people want to change a habit, and he says to not so much focus on the goals or the results, but the process in getting there. Like, let's say, like if making money is the goal, then he's saying focus on the habits that would make good money, such as saving a percentage of your income, making investments, or if you want to get fit, instead of just focusing on just seeing the immediate results of fitness, to just think of going to the gym, doing the exercises, the process. Yeah.
Right. The biggest thing I gained out of his book was that you added, he said, the one, I won't say trick, but he said, when you want to add a habit, tie it to another habit.
Yeah.
So that when you like, if you brush your teeth and you want to automatically be doing the I am statements, then when you're brushing your teeth, sit there, I am, in your head to the mirror, I am this, I am that. You tie habits to other things you're doing. He said it's easier. And then each time you expand it, he said you just do a little bit at a time. You don't have to sit here and make monumental changes. You just add a little habit, or you replace a habit. If you want to quit smoking, then every time that you would normally go outside and sit, then go for a walk. You
Yeah,
you replace that time. You don't keep trying to do the same thing and not do something else that you do in that moment.
right. Yeah, exactly. He says that he mentioned about a person who lost 100 pounds just by taking little steps, like I'm just gonna go, like I'm going to the gym for just 5 minutes a day. That's it, because
That's
I'm
it.
getting in the habit of going, of just
Right.
doing that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one little thing at a time. It's not taking and say, I got to do this monumental thing. And sometimes it's, walking one block. If you can walk
Mhm.
one block for the week and then say, oh, I did that okay. Add 2 blocks, or a block and a
Mhm.
half and turn around and come back. It's just
Mhm.
adding a little bit more into the mix of what you do instead of trying to rearrange and recreate your entire life at one time. So,
Mhm.
Maria, got any thoughts on this?
I have to keep tapping you to unmute. I
Well, now we
learned a lot.
can't see you.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Maybe I tapped the video. Can
Oh,
I be uncovered?
that's all right. We can hear you. I'd just like to know, did you have any thoughts on this?
Yes. I learned a long time ago when I was in long-term marketing company. Pay yourself for and over time and consistency, it will build up, but don't ever not. And I still do that to this day. Even though, and my husband will ask me, well, how much money are you stashing or this and this? Well, where did you get this from? I said, time and consistency, pay yourself first. You were in the same marketing organization. And that is the first thing I have taught my kids, that money doesn't have to be evil, that it can go ahead and take care of your needs now and later. So that's always been a good habit I've always done. But that is on my next to read list. It's
What? Did we lose you? Uh-oh. Did we lose me?
there we go. It was my connection. I'm still trying to find out where your books are on your YouTube from your page. Could you direct me there?
When you go to my YouTube channel, have you been on my channel? Go to a playlist, there's a tab across the top that says videos, shorts, playlists. Go to the playlist. There's a playlist that says books.
Okay. So your YouTube channel is just your name?
No, it's A Better Life is a Choice. It's youtube.com.
Okay, better.
Okay. And the way it should
Okay.
be on my profile, it's in my bio, but it is youtube.com/@, A Better Life is a Choice.
Okay. I will find it.
Okay. Because I have books.
But I got 20 minutes for.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No, I can't hear you.
No, go. I said go ahead.
Okay. On there, I also have frequency music, because what people don't understand now, Brian, I'm sure you can validate this with the reading that you've done, like I do, that our bodies acclimate to whatever the energy is around us. And so
Mhm.
I have started making sure that I play when I'm trying to concentrate on this computer, because as an older person, this is not this is not normal. This is not an easier machine for me. That I play alpha wave music, or alpha frequencies. because it helps
Uh-huh.
slow my mind down because I'm ADHD, and it helps my focusing better. What people don't understand is when you're listening to the radio and you're listening to these Spotify or Pandora or whatever, and you're just listening to music, that all the different energies wreak havoc on your system and on your thinking. And it either deadens it all, or you're just caught in thinking about the words of the music, and you're not thinking about how you can better your life. You're not thinking on how you can make steps in improving anything. You're just getting stuck with words in your head. How many of us have had a song that's gotten stuck in our head all freaking day? And that doesn't open you up to any channels for ideas or recognizing opportunities. There's so much that our brain can tune into, and there's so much that filters it out because you've told it it's not important. And see, I've tried to explain to people what the reticular system is. Isn't that what it's called, Brian?
Reticular yeah, it's the reticular formation.
Okay. Sometimes I don't get my pronunciations right, but it's that system that filters out everything that you've told it is not important in your life. And to people think, well, how come you're so lucky? Well, they told their brain through the reticular or the reticular, whatever that system is, that they are looking for stuff that helps them go to a different level. So their brain is open to those, seeing that out there. Whereas if you haven't told it you don't want to see things, or that you're only interested in red cars, then all you see is red cars. It's really fascinating. The brain, the whole brain, the alpha waves, the theta waves, the gamma, it all just is so very fascinating to me. And I have all that on my YouTube. So you can sit to listen. Brian, have you ever heard of the Moses Code music?
No, Moses Code music? No.
Wayne Dwyer, I found it in Creative Commons. Wayne Dwyer did a video on I Am That I Am. And said that was what God said in the Old Testament. He said, this is my name. This is my name forever. This is my name going forward through all history.
Yeah.
I am that I am. And they decoded the music that goes along with that whole part of I am that I am. And it is on YouTube. It's on my channel. It's on my YouTube. You can listen. And he talks about, this is the music he has listened to for meditation. And I've started listening to this, and it is phenomenal. He does 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. There's a gap in the music at 20 minutes. And you can either do all 40 at one time, or I do 20 in the morning and 20 in the evening before I go to bed.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Karen, could you type the link to your YouTube channel in the chat?
I can do that. Thanks for asking, because me in this chat, we just normally just talk, but I can do that. The YouTube channel. Now, of course, you can do www, or you can do the https://youtube.com/, a better life is a choice. There you go.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
Now, Maria, you might not be as talented. I think Brian's using his computer like I do. When something's in the chat, you just copy it over with your little mouse and you click it.
I think with an iPhone, you can do the same thing.
Okay, but that's to my YouTube, and I'm trying to slowly, if you could subscribe and help me, I'm trying to monetize it, because the thing is does anybody, have you all ever heard what the job of old people is?
What?
Do you know what our job as old people is?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's legacy, passing the torch is the common.
Well, it's not really passing the torch, but it is to counsel the young. Because as we've gotten older, we have all of these experiences, and the older people were always telling the stories and counseling the young. As society has told us that old people are irrelevant and don't know anything and have devalued that, that's why our young people have no guidance, have no sense of anything, because they don't understand that we as older people, this is what we're supposed to be doing, is giving value and passing on the things we've learned and the things and how it interconnects. I forget who it was because I'm really bad with names, but there was a very famous person that says, I'd rather learn from the mistakes of someone else than to make them all myself. He wrote it. It was a quote or something about reading about biographies, about reading the stories of people who have come about. And that's why I love, if I go to the movies, if it is a true story, I am more inclined to watch a true story movie than I am about anything made up. Only because you can see that life does reward us. When there's tenacity, when there is perseverance, things work out.
I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt who said that. Yeah.
Okay. I know I've read it. I've got these are my whole book, a little thingy, a book of quotes and stuff, because I put these in my group. You will find them. I flip them by day, and I put those where I get all my quotes. It's about, helping people, remind them that we are magnificent. We were created magnificent. We are energy beings, and that we are perfect each and every day without doing anything. You listening, Maria? You're perfect. So, anybody got anything else they want to add before we wrap this chat up? I am so thankful that you've been here, Mr. Brian. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Karen. Yeah,
I love it that you're in our community and that you're going to be adding more value and helping us expand. Education, to me, I'm a teacher's kid. Anybody didn't know it? My mom taught school for many, many years. And being a teacher's kid, you didn't get to not be educated, and so it doesn't never stop. All right, but I appreciate it. You all have a great rest of the day, and we will be back next Thursday. And I would love any feedback. If you visit my channel, tell me something you want. If there's something that you want to talk about on the virtual chat, let us know. Send us a question. If there's something you'd like me to put on my YouTube channel, give me some ideas. But I'm about us becoming the best human beings and the most abundant, happy human beings that we can be. All right.
Great.
Y'all take care.
All right.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good to meet you.
Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. But guess what? That is not important. What's important is your success online. I can help you start a successful, thriving business online, no matter how many times you have failed. If you have a desire to win, you can. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop or desktop, and be able to follow simple directions. Reach out to me and I can show you exactly how.